Uh, Good evening, friends. Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I hope last class we saw about. Sorry to disturb you during this weekends, because next week there is a NAC visit for our campus, both Chennai and Vellore. So almost all the faculty will be busy with their preparations. That's why I want to have the class by today and tomorrow, so that by next week you may be free. So let us pass on to the next part of the syllabus is bidirectional associative memory. So what we saw in the last class, associative memory, we saw that one is considered as auto associative memory and the next one is considered as hetero associative memory. So what do you mean by auto association and what do you mean by hetero association? Any idea? What is auto association? What is hetero association? Any idea? Auto and hetero association.
Auto association retrieves the previously stored pattern, sir.
Okay. Hetero association. So whenever an input pattern is supplied, it tries to outperform the similar kind of an pattern. That is nothing but known kind of an pattern, or exact resemblance, or closer to the exact resemblance. That will be given as an output with respect to auto associative. But with respect to hetero associative, okay, so what will be the output? So if I supply a pattern, okay, so it may not be exactly same, but in terms of type, in terms of structure, then in terms of contents, everything will be changed over. That is considered as hetero association. Okay. Then the next variety of architecture or the next type of architecture in associative memory is considered as bidirectional associative memory. So if you see the title itself, bidirectional, okay. So if you consider this previous version, your auto associative or hetero associative, it is considered as unidirectional associative memory or unidirectional associative architecture. But here, this is considered as BAM, bidirectional associative memory architecture. So what it means is nothing but, so you may have two types of communications, or you may have two-way communication, two ways communication. So one is the communication from X to Y, and other one is communication from Y to X. So that is considered as bidirectional associative memory. So we can supply the input in both the directions. So if you consider that X as an input layer, my Y will be the output layer. If you consider Y as the input layer, my X will be the output layer. So the inputs will be processed or whatever the patterns you are trying to supply to this BAM network will be processed both in the forward as well as in the reverse direction. That's why it is considered as bidirectional associative memory. So it was developed by Casco in the year 1988. So it performs both types of searches. One is forward search from left to right, and reverse search or backward search from right to left. And for each and every architecture, it requires an learning rule. So that learning rule here used by bidirectional associative memory is Hebb's learning rule, or in simple, it is considered as Hebb's rule. So this BAM is trying to associate the patterns from set A to set B and vice versa. Set A to set B means from one part of the network to the other part of the network. So for example, if you consider the left side of the layer is considered as set A and right side may be considered as set B. So whenever you see that it may be processed from A to B and B to A also. So if it is from A to B means it is considered as forward search or it is considered as forward training. Whenever we say that from set B to set A means it is considered as backward search or backward training over there. So that's why we call it as, so the BAM can be responding for both inputs from both the layers. It responds for inputs from both the layers. So both the layers is nothing but, so one in the forward direction, other in the reverse direction. So there are two types of BAMs are available. So one is considered as discrete BAM and the next one is considered as continuous BAM. One is considered as discrete BAM, the next one is nothing but continuous BAM. So this is the simple architecture. This is the simple architecture. One second. Hello. ஆமா சார், நான் இங்கே கொஞ்சம் sorry. So if you see the BAM architecture, this left side is considered as layer X. It may be considered as set A, and this may be considered as layer Y. It is considered as set B. So whenever I say that there is a transition from A to B means, so it is considered as forward movement or forward search. So whenever I say there is a transition from B to A, from Y to X means that it is considered to be backward search or backward learning kind of a thing. Okay, so that's why we say that both this layer X and layer Y both may act as an input and output. This may act as an input and output. If X is input, Y will be considered as output. If Y is input, X will be considered as an output over here. And again, these are all nothing but the set of associated inputs for the respective nodes in the layer X. And these are all the set of associated outputs for the respective nodes in the layer number Y. And these arrow marks indicates the weight values associated for this particular node X1, X2 up to Xn over there. So if you say for the forward direction, whenever I say that the training is happening from layer X to layer Y, that is nothing but forward direction training means. So it is considered as W. It is considered as W, the weight values, the weight representation is considered as W. So whenever we say that from layer Y to layer X means, then it is considered as W transpose. It is considered as W transpose over there. So this is nothing but the forward direction weights, and this is nothing but the backward direction weight values. That is just transpose of those weight values are taken. So the BAM architecture consists of only two layers. One is considered as input and the other one is considered as output layer, or layer X and layer Y. And all these, both the layers, layer X and layer Y are completely connected. That is why they call it as, these layers are collected and by directed weighted path interconnections. So this, if it is forward, it is W. If it is reverse, it is W trans. The network dynamics involves two layers of interaction. Two layers of interaction is one in the forward interaction, next one is considered as backward interaction. So that's why they say that the signals are sent back and forth between two layers. So either in the forward direction or in the reverse direction. That's why they call it as signals are sent back and forth between two layers until all neurons reach the equilibrium state. Equilibrium state in nothing but whenever I say that the respective or the required output is obtained or output is reached during the training phase of the BAM network, then I am going to terminate or I am going to stop my iterations. So the weights associated in this BAM network are also bidirectional. Why? Because in the forward direction it is considered as W, and in the reverse direction it is considered as W transpose. So it can respond to inputs in either layer. So if I consider X as an input, then Y may be the output. If I consider Y as the input, my X may be the output over there. So that's why each and every layer, that is X layer or Y layer, so they are trying to respond for the inputs whichever we are going to supply for that particular layer. And the next one is nothing but the weight matrix. Already we discussed. Forward direction is W, reverse direction is nothing but W transpose. So we need to construct a weight matrix. So W is nothing but for the forward direction W11, W1J, W1M, and for the transpose, and this rows will be changed into the column things, and then we are finding out the WT is nothing but the transpose of the matrix. That is nothing but for the backward direction. Then in the case of BAM, we said that there are two types. One is considered as a discrete BAM, and the next one is nothing but the continuous BAM. So if you say a discrete BAM, whatever may be the case, either it may be a discrete BAM or it may be a continuous BAM. So it may have only two layers. One is input and other one is output, or one is X layer and other one is Y layer. So when the memory neurons are being activated, neurons are being activated by putting an initial vector at the input of the layer. That's something but memory neurons are being activated by putting an initial vector at the input of a layer. The network evolves a two-pattern stable state with each pattern at the output of one of the layer. That is nothing but when memory neurons are being activated is nothing but, so whenever I supply an input patterns, that input pattern is considered as an initial vector at the input of the layer. Input pattern is nothing but initial vector of input layer. So whenever I supply that, network evolves a two-pattern stable state. Two-pattern stable state is nothing but one may be in the forward and other may be in the reverse direction, okay, backward direction, with each pattern at the output of one layer. So the network evolves the two layers of interaction with each other, forward and reverse. So two bivalent forms of BAM are related to each other. So one is considered as a binary and other one is considered as a bipolar. So if it is binary means it deals with only 1 and 0. If it is bipolar means it deals with the two values -1 and +1. So the weights in both the cases, either it is a binary case or it is a bipolar case, are found to be some of the outer products of the bipolar form. So how the weights are determined? So whenever I supply an input, the network accepts, the BAM network accepts that, and it tries to throw the accepts and process it and tries to throw the results. So after accepting it, it tries to process it. So for that, so it will what it will use the associated weight values and the input pattern value, and then it tries to throw the output to the next layer, and in the output layer, at the input of the output layer, we are going to supply the activation function, and based on the activation function results, we are going to verify that whether we are going to get the output or not, whether the output expected by the user is available or not. That we are going to see. So for that, we need to determine the weights also. The weights associated in both the directions. One is weights associated in the forward direction, and the next one is weight associated in the reverse direction also. So we have two different forms. One is the discrete bidirectional, and other one is continuous bidirectional, and whatever we are seeing is nothing but the discrete bidirectional associative network architecture. So let P be the number of input and input target pairs of vectors be denoted by S of P and T of P. So S of P and T of P is nothing but S of 1 or S of 2 or S of 3, whatever may be the case. So P can take any value. So P can be 1 or P can be 2 or P can be 3, whatever may be the case. So what is S? S is nothing but input target vector. What is T? T is nothing but output target vector. So whenever I say that S of P comma T of P means it is input target vector pair. So X is equated to S and Y is equated to your T. T is nothing but target what I expect and Y is nothing but what the output given by the network. So when the weight we need to determine the weight matrix to store the set of input target vector pairs is nothing but S of P comma T of P. So I say that S of P equal to P can take any value. So S1 of P, S2 of P up to Sn of P. And again, T is nothing but you have multiple T's will be there, T1, T2 up to Tn. Why? Because in the BAM network, we say that, so you may have multiple nodes in the output layer. So that's why we have multiple T's will be there and multiple S will be there, S1, S2 up to Sn. So P takes the value 1 to P. So now we need to update the weight values. Whenever we deal with the neural network, so we need to first determine the weight values. So in the determination of weight values, okay, we need to construct the weight matrix for the input and target vector pairs. Then we need to update my weight values. So since the learning rule used in this auto associative memory, that is bidirectional auto associative memory, is considered to be Hipps network. Hipps network or Hipps rule. So we are using that Hipps learning rule, and with the help of that Hipps learning rule, we are going to update the weight values for further iterations or for the next set of iterations. So again, the updation of weight values depending on the supply of inputs. So whenever I try to supply a binary input vector, that is nothing but with a 0 and 1 value, then I need to update my weight value as per the first formula. So Wij equal to summation of 2Si of P minus 1 into 2Ti of P minus 1. So in case of bipolar input vectors, okay, that is nothing but it takes the value minus 1 and then plus 1. Then I need to use this particular weight formula. Wij equal to summation of S transpose of P into T of P. So S transpose is nothing but your input values and this is nothing but your output values. Input vector and this is nothing but target vector. Next one is what type of activation function I need to use. So I need to use the activation function with a non-zero threshold. I need to use the activation function as non-zero threshold. Non-zero threshold in the sense is nothing but so I should not use a zero value. Okay. So here the step activation function with non-zero threshold is used as the activation function for discrete BAM network. So the activation function is based on whether input vector pairs are binary or bipolar. If input vector pairs are binary means then I need to use this particular formula. That is nothing but if both the layers have binary input vector. That is nothing but so whenever I consider the X layer as input, I may apply the activation function in the Y layer to determine or to find out the output of this Y layer. So whenever I say that I am going to use binary input 0, 1, then I say that if it is greater than the 0, non-zero means if it is greater than 0, it returns a true value. And if it is equal to 0, it returns the same value. So whatever the network produces. And if it is less than 0, it returns a false value. So this is for binary input. So when my input is bipolar, in nature, that is, I am going to use -1 and +1. Then I say that the if it is greater than theta. So here I am defining that theta is 0. So here greater than theta means so it returns a true value. If it is less than theta, it returns a -1 value. If it is equal to theta, it returns the same value. So the input function for X layer. So now this is nothing but the for Y layer, this is, and now I am going to fix it for X layer. X layer means I am considering Y as an input layer and X as an output layer. So now when the input vector is binary in nature, so what will be my activation function output at the X layer node? So Xi is considered as an X layer node. So if Xi value is greater than the threshold, then it returns the true value. If it is equal to 0, it returns the same Xi value. If it is less than the threshold, then it returns a false value. Again, if my input vector is bipolar in nature at the Y layer, -1 and +1, then what will be my activation function output in the X layer node? That is nothing but if it is greater than theta, it returns true value. If it is less than theta, it returns -1 value. If it is equal to theta, it returns a positive X value. So testing algorithm for discrete BAM. So algorithm is used to test the noisy patterns. So whenever we say that, so we say that any neural network architecture, so you may have two types of algorithms. One is considered as testing algorithm, other one is considered as training algorithm. So first training algorithm for any network is first trained with the training algorithm and then it is tested with the testing algorithm. So training algorithm means it is known input. Any network is trained with a set of known inputs and then it tries to throw certain outputs or it tries to throw certain output patterns. So those patterns we are considering as an output and that may be kept as a reference for testing phase. So this testing algorithm for discrete BAM is nothing but, so this algorithm is used to test the noisy patterns entering into the network. It is used to test the noisy patterns entering into the network. So even though if we see in the auto association, even though there is a noisy pattern or erroneous pattern, the associative network, auto associative network tries to throw a similar pattern or tries to throw an equivalent pattern or similar pattern for the noisy patterns as expected by the user. But in the case of heteroassociative, it is completely in a different form or different format or different structure it will be throwing out. So now biasing upon the training algorithm, for discrete BAM, the weights are determined in case of testing phase also. So how the weights are determined in the case of testing phase? In the case of training phase, we initialize the weights, but here we are trying to use the weights which is taken from the training algorithm. So now the activation functions are applied over it to recognize the test patterns. So what is the testing algorithm here is steps number 0, initialize the weights to store P vectors. Then I am trying to perform steps 2 to 6 for each testing input. Then step number 2 is nothing but I'm going to set the activation function for X layer to the current input pattern and then presenting this input pattern small x to the capital X. Capital X is nothing but X layer, input layer. Then in the second step, next phase, that is phase number 2 is I need to set the activations for Y layer similarly by presenting to the input pattern Y, because since it is an bidirectional, so at the same time instance, so I am going to supply input towards from one end, that is in the forward direction, and also in the reverse direction from Y to X layer and X to Y layer. Though it is bidirectional memory, at one time step, signals can be sent only from only one layer. So at one particular instant, time t equal to 1 second means from forward to forward direction only signals will be sent from X layer to Y layer. At t equal to 2, Y layer to X layer. T equal to 3, X layer to Y layer. Like that, at one time step or one time stamp, so signals can be sent from only either X to Y or from Y to X. So one of the input patterns may be a 0 vector. So if X sends to Y means other may be a 0 vector. If Y sends to X means the other may be a 0 vector. So step number 3, I need to perform 4 to 6 when the activations are not converging in nothing but, so I am not getting the exact output. I am not getting the target output. That is nothing but not converging. Step number 4, I need to update the activations of units in the X layer if I supply it from X to Y. So I need to calculate the net input summation of Xi Wij. The same formula will be there. Then I am trying to apply the activation functions. So here, and then I am trying to send the signal to the X layer from Y layer to the X layer. Step number 5, I need to update the activations of units in the X layer. That is nothing but, so now forward direction is completed. Then I need to perform reverse direction. So from Y to X, I need to calculate. So at the X layer, I need to update my activations in the X layer. Then I try to calculate the net input. Why? Because so like forward direction, it is Wi j into X. Here it is nothing but Wij into Y. So from Y to X, so Y values and associated weight values will be given over here. Then apply the activations over the net input and then send the signal to the Y layer once again. Then I'm trying to repeat the process. So this is nothing but the first step or one iteration. So from X to Y and Y to X. So this may be considered as one iteration. So in this iteration, if I see that I get the answers, then I am happy. If I am not going to get the answer, if the network is not converged, then I am going to repeat the process. Next type of BAM network is nothing but continuous BAM. Discrete means you may have at regular time intervals. Next one is nothing but continuous BAMs. So it transforms the input smoothly and continuously. This continuous BAM, it transforms the input smoothly and continuously in the range 0,1 using logistic sigmoidal function such as activation function for all the units. I have n nodes. So node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4 in X layer. I have n nodes in Y layer. Node 1, node 2, node 3. That's the thing, Y1, Y2, Y3 up to Ym in the Y layer. So for each and every node in the output layer. So if Y is considered as input, X may be output. If X is considered as input, Y may be considered as output. That's why they call it as at each node of the layers, I need to apply the logistic sigmoidal activation function. So for all the units is nothing but all the nodes over here. So this activation function may be, again, it may be binary sigmoidal activation function, or it is bipolar sigmoidal activation function, as same as the previous case considered as discrete BAM. So if it is, if the inputs supplied are binary in nature, 0,1, then we say that it is binary sigmoidal function. If the input supplied is -1 and 1, we consider that it is bipolar sigmoidal function. So when a bipolar sigmoidal function with a high gain is chosen, the continuous BAM might converge to a state of vectors which will approach to the vertices of the cube. So whenever I say that, if I use a bipolar sigmoidal function with a high gain is chosen. High gain is nothing but my gain value or efficiency value is a large means or higher value means continuous BAM automatically converted or automatically migrated to a state of vectors which is nothing but considered as vertices of a cube. So that automatically looks like a discrete BAM rather than a continuous BAM. So in case of binary inputs, so this formula has to be used here. 2Si of p minus 1, 2ti of p minus 1, the same formula. In case and if it is binary logistic function, then this type of activation function needs to be used here. 1 divided by e plus minus yin of j. Same formula we need to use. So then if it is bipolar, 1 minus e power minus x divided by 1 plus e power minus x, same formula we are using over here. So this is nothing but the activation function for bipolar function. Then the activation functions are applied over net input to calculate the output. So if the net input can be calculated with the bias. If bias are given, then you need to add the bias value for this net input calculation. All these formulas are applicable to X layer also. So whenever I say that X is input and Y is output, this will be applicable. So whenever I say that so Y is input and X is output means, so the same thing is applicable. Instead of X notation, I need to go with the, sorry, instead of Y notation, I need to go with the X notation. So we will see some problems Take down this problem. Take down the problem. What is given? So what is given in the table?
An input vector and a target vector.
So we need to solve this problem with a heteroassociative memory. Okay, we have two types of associative memory. One is considered as auto-associative. Next one is heteroassociative, and the next these two memories are the basic associative memory. So now we need to train it with an heteroassociative memory using an Kep's rule over here. So what is my input row vector? I have S1, S2, S3 and S4. So input is S1, S2, S3 and S4. And my target vector is nothing but T1 and T2. T1 and T2 output target vector. So I have the four pairs of input. First pair, my input row vector will be 1 0 1 0 and my target should be 1 0. If I supply this input 1 0 1 0, I should get an output as 1 0 1 0. Second pair, if I supply 1 0 0 1, I should get also 1 0. Third pair, if I supply 1 1 and 0 0, I should get 0 1. Fourth pair, if I supply 0 0 1 1, I should get a 0 comma 1. So this is nothing but the problem given to us. So this problem has to be solved with a heteroassociative memory network. Have you taken this table? Have you taken this table?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Next one, I need to construct a neural network for auto-associative. I need to construct a, heteroassociative. Neural network for heteroassociative. So how many inputs are given? S1, S2, S3, S4. So in order to process those inputs, I require 4 nodes. X1, X2, S3 and X4, or S1, S2, S3 and S4. And I have 2 targets. So one is called as T1 and T2. So it is nothing but Y1 and Y2. So I am going to equate this Y to the T and Y2 to the T2. Y1 to T1 and Y2 to T2. And X1 to S1, X2 to S2, S3 to S3, X4 to S4. And these are all nothing but associated weight values between these 2 layers. And this is considered as an input layer and this is considered as an output layer over here. Is it clear? So with this table, first I need to construct a neural network. Next, I need to start the computation. So what learning rule we need to use? I need to use only the Hep's learning rule to determine the weights, because auto-associative networks use only Hep's learning rule. So as per Hep's learning rule, I need to initialize all the weights to 0. As per Hep's learning rule, I need to initialize all the weights to 0. Next step for the first pair in the sense this one. So first pair is nothing but 1 0 1 0 1 0. So I need to have the input vector for the first pair is nothing but 1 0 and 1 0. And my expected target, it should be 1 and 0. Okay. So that's why they call it as X1 is 1, X2 is 0, X3 is 1, and X4 is 0, and Y1 is 1 and Y2 is 0. set the input and output pairs. Set the input and output vector pairs is nothing but x will be equated to s and y will be equated to the t over here. So I need to update my weight using Hibbs learning rule. So Wij new, that's nothing but my weight associated values. So Wij new equal to Wij old plus Xi into Yj. Wij new equal to Wij old plus Xi into Ya. So Wij is nothing but weight associated with the set of inputs applied here. So the inputs applied is 1, 0, 1, 0. And Xi is nothing but this inputs. And Yj is nothing but this output 1, 0. Is it clear up to this step? Is it clear? Any doubt? Come on, open your mouth.
No doubts, sir.
Okay. Next, I need to update my weight values. So what is Wij? So I have 4 inputs in the input pair. So x1, x2, x3, x4. So W11, W12. So 2 outputs. So that is one first layer to first layer to second layer to first layer, second node to second node, third node to first node of output, third node to second node of output, fourth, there is nothing but fourth node to first node, fourth node to second node over here. That is why, so I have to calculate this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 calculations I need to do. So which is nothing but W11 world plus X1 into Y1. So what is X1 value? X1 value is nothing but, sorry. W11 world value is nothing but 0 value and X1 value is 1 and Y1 value is also 1. So I may get a value as 1. Then W12 world value, because initial values we assumed that it is 0 for all the weights W11 to W42, all my weight values will be 0 and I need to compute only the second part of this weight updation calculation formula. So x1 y2, x2 y1, x2 y2, x3 y1, x3 y2, x4 y1 and x4 y2. Next, I need to perform for pair number 2 or second pair. So initial weights are outputs from the above equation. Initial weights are the outputs from the above equation or above updation. So input output vector pair. So next pair is this one. 1 0 0 1. 1 0 0 1 and y1 is nothing but 1 and y2 is nothing but 0. So I need to set the input output pair. So x will be equated to s and y will be equated to t. So I need to use the same procedure. I need to update the weight values. But this time my old weight value will be like this. What is W11 weight value? So this is nothing but my old weight value. So it is 1 in 1 plus x1 y1. What is x1 y1? X1 is 1 and y1 is also 1 into 1, 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2 over here. And the next one is nothing but, so 1, 2, 1, 3 like that. If you put for all other values there is no weight changes. Why? Because here also it involves a 0 value. Here also it involves a 0 value. So for all other things, it involves a 0 value. So this W11 new alone is changing and next one is W41 new is alone changing. And rest of the 6 values are not changing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 6 only 2 values are changing and rest of the values are remaining as it is. For the other cases, the weights remain the same as one of the input or output vector is 0. Then for the third pair, I need to calculate. What is my third pair? Third pair is this one. 1, 1, 0, 0 and my output should be 0, 1. That is nothing but my third pair. So 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. So if you compute the weight updation formula, okay, so my old weight value will be W12 weight value will be 0. Why? Because in the previous iteration, only these two weight values are updated and only those two weight values has to be considered and old values will be considered as zeros and you get some values for 1, 2 and 2, 2. So what is 1, 2 in the previous first case? It is 0. Now it is given as 1. Then in the case of 2, 2, now it is given as 1, but here there is no 2 to change, but here there is no 2 to change over there. Next for W12, W22, W32 and W42, the weight values are changing. The weight values are changing with respect to the previous pair value. So previous pair value W11, W41 is 2 and 1, rest are zeros only. Similarly, W12, W22, W32 and W42 are changing. So W12, W22 are changing, and the rest of the things, that is 32 and 42 are same one. Then I need to apply for the fourth pair. So fourth pair 0, 0, 1, 1, that is my input and output I need to get it as 0, 1. So set of input and output pairs are here. Then the weight updation formula is same. So the weights changes only in these four cases 1, 2, 4, 2 and then the next one is nothing but 1, 2, 4, 2. Then here 2, 2 is changed. Then 1, 1 and 4, 1. So these four cases the weights are changed over there. With the help of that I have computed the weight updation formula and that has been substituted over here. So I may get an answer like this. So if you have a doubt, you please apply these values in the electro-associative network, then you may get an answer. Is it clear? This problem? Any doubt? Any doubt for this problem?
Sir, can you come to the first updated weights?
First,
Updated weights. In this next slide, sir.
yeah.
And W31 we are getting 1, sir. And the weight of W31 is actually 1 because X3 is 1 and Y1 also is 1, right? So
Oh,
we'll get 1.
Sorry. I'm a bit computation error. Okay, type error, no problem. Okay, that you updated, no problem. Okay. So the
And we
procedure
will
is
change in other process also.
yeah. Procedure is understood now?
Yeah.
Yes. Next example, you take down it is an auto-associative network. Auto-associative network. So train the auto-associative network for input vector pair -1, 1, 1 and 1. Okay. -1, 1, 1 and 1. And also test the network for the same input vector. So first one I need to train. Second phase I need to test. So for training and testing I need to get the answer. So training is known. So input vector is given and also I need to test the network for the same input vector and also I need to test the associative network with one missing entry, one mistake, two mistake entries in the test vector. So take down this problem. Sir, good evening. How are you, sir? చెప్పండి, sir. Taken?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So auto associative network for the input pattern -1, 1, 1 and 1. And also I need to test the same network, but so also test the network with the same input. Also I need to test with the one missing. Missing means I need to supply what you can call it as a different input. Missing means different input. Instead of -1, 1, 1 and 1, I will supply it in a different manner. Then one mistake. One mistake means instead of 1, I put it as a wrong entry, 0 or -1, whatever may be the case. Then 2 missing and 2 mistake entries in the test vector. Is it understandable? So this is a input vector or input pattern, -1, 1, 1 and 1. This first I need to train and then I need to find the result, whether it is satisfying or not. And then for this same input vector pattern, I need to test the network. There is nothing but testing algorithm I need to apply. And then I need to test the network, auto associative network. Also, I need to test the associative network with one missing entry, one mistake, 2 missing entry, 2 mistake in the test vector. Instead of this, I may do some modifications or I may do some corrections over there. So what is the weight updation formula is W equal to summation of S transpose of P dot S of P. That is nothing but your weight matrix formula. Take down this formula. So weight matrix W equal to S transpose of P into S of P. S transpose of P into S of P. That is nothing but weight matrix formula. Taken this one. So now I need to take the weight matrix. Matrix is nothing but S of P is nothing but this one. -1, 1, 1 and 1. For this, if I take a transpose of this particular matrix S of P, so the rows will be converted into columns. So -1, 1, 1 and 1. So if I multiply these two matrices, this column matrix and row matrix, I may get a weight matrix like this, W. I may get a weight matrix W like this. So now W is available with us. So now case number 1. Case number 1. So what is case number 1? I need to first train and also test. So train and also test the network for the same input vector. So first case number 1, the same input I am taking -1, 1, 1 and 1. Testing and training both are same over here. So the weight obtained in the step, that is nothing but the weight matrix, which calculated S transpose of P into S of P. So the weight obtained above is used as the initial weights. This I am using it as an initial weights. Okay. So now Y in of J. Y in of J equal to X bar into W. Y in of J equal to X bar into W is the formula, which is equal to what is my X value? It is nothing but -1, 1, 1 and 1. And what is my W value? This matrix. So I may cross multiply this, or I may multiply these two matrices, this row matrix and this matrix. Then I may get as -4, 4, 4 and a 4 over here. So it is clear. First step. It is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now this is nothing but input, Y input. This is nothing but Y input of the output layer. Now I try to apply an activation function over here, and I will try to find out whether it satisfies the output or not. Okay, so applying the activation function. Okay, so since it is a bipolar value, this input contains -1 and +1. So I am using a bipolar activation function. It is greater than 0, it returns 1. If it is less than 0, it returns a -1. So net input value will be, so for this -4, I may get it as -1, 1, 1 and 1. So whatever is supplied, I am getting over here. See, whatever the input pattern supplied, the same pattern is getting as an output over here. That is considered as auto associative memory. Is it clear? Any doubt? Any doubt? Do you have any doubt?
Sir, are we checking yn vector for activation function?
Yes.
-4, 4, 4.
Yeah, -4. Yeah, I am saying that -4 is less than 0.
Okay,
So
sir.
it returns a -1 value.
-1.
Then +4 is greater than 0. It returns a true value. So true value means 1, 1 and 1 it will reply.
Okay.
Is it clear? Okay. So now the response is correct. So what is my input pattern? My input pattern supplied is this. And the auto associative means exact replication or close replication. Same as the input vector. Okay, exact replication is available. So it is available. Exact replication at output. So now the output is correct. So the first case is over. Now I need to go to this state. So test the auto associative network with 1 missing, 1 mistake, 2 missing and 2 mistake. So for this, I am considering 1 missing. Missing in the sense, my input pattern is this -1, 1, 1 and 1. Input vector pattern is -1, 1, 1, 1. Instead of -1, I am putting it as 0. That is considered as missing. So first digit I am replacing it with 0. First case. Assume that instead of -1, I am putting it as 0. This is considered as missing entry. So I have only 3 inputs. Out of 4 digits, I have only 3 digits. Now I am trying to compute my net input. So Yin is nothing but again this 0, 1, 1, 1 and this is nothing but my weight matrix formula where I calculated in the step number 1. So now I may get it as -3, 3, 3 and 3. I am going to apply an activation function. This activation function I am going to apply. So since I have applied the activation function, so -3 is less than the threshold value 0. So it returns a -1 value. It is greater than 0. Second, third and fourth entry is greater than 0. Then it returns a true value 1, 1 and 1. So the response is correct over here. Is it clear? Any doubt? Is it clear?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
Not clear?
No doubts, sir.
So it is. Do you want me to explain once again?
No, sir. It is clear.
Okay, okay. Then what is case number 2? Case number 2 is 1 mistake. So 1 missing we have calculated. 1 mistake I need to do. So case number 2. This one. So -1, 1, 1 and 1. I am putting it as third entry as something 0. Third entry as 0 over here. Okay. This is one. So for example, case number 1, first position, this -1 I replaced with the 0. Now the one more digit we will try. So -1, 1, 0 and 1. The same missing entry I am taking it up. Okay. So same thing I am calculating. I may get the same value -3, 3 and 3. So I may get a same answer. So if we want to test for other case, second digit, fourth digit, you may get the same value as -3, 3, 3, 3. So now for the missing entry, 1 missing entry also, my response is right. So whatever my input I am giving, so I am getting the same output over here. That is nothing but auto association is when the input pattern is given as -1, +1, +1, +1, this input pattern, I need to get the same exact output pattern. Or whenever there is an error pattern or whenever there is a missing pattern is supplied also, it will throw the exact pattern for the programmer or for the user in the output. So that's why even though we supply a missing pattern, so the third position as 0 and the first position as 0, I am getting the same answer as -1, 1, 1 at the 1. So it satisfies the property of auto-associative network architecture. Next one, I need to test the network against for one mistake entry. Mistake entry is nothing but instead of -1, 1 and 1. Okay. So missing means I am putting it as 0. Mistake means, so instead of plus, I am changing it as minus. So -1, -1, 1 and 1. -1, -1, 1 and 1. So let us take in the second position, I am replacing +1 with -1. So this one is nothing but my X and this is nothing but my weight matrix. So I am putting it as -2, 2 and 2 I am getting. So I am applying an activation function. So I may get the same value. Even for missing entry also, sorry, even for mistake entry also, I may get the same output as the correct input pattern supplied over there. Next, the response is correct. Next, case number 2, instead of this -1, 1, 1, 1, first position, I am changing that minus value into plus value. Case number 2. In the mistake, this is nothing but mistake. Only one mistake I am doing. I am changing plus to minus and minus to plus over there. So I am applying the 1, 1, 1, 1. So it may take -2, -2, -2. So I apply the activation function. Again, I may get it as -1, 1, 1 and 1. So this is nothing but the second case. Similarly, I can test for, so this one is for the first digit and this one is for second digit. Similarly, for third digit and fourth digit also, I can check over them. Then I'm going to test for two missing entries. Two missing entries instead of -1 capital, sorry, +1, +1, +1. So in the case number 1, first two digits I am assuming that it is missed out by me. So 0, 0, 1 and 1. So now I compute the net input and the output layer. So 0, 0, 1, 1. So again, it may give a result as -2, 2, 2 and 2. So I apply the activation function, same result I am getting. Then instead of -1, 1, 1 and 1, second and third digit 1, I am replacing it with the zeros. Two missing entries. So -1, 0, 0, 0. I try to compute the net input. So I may get the same value as -2, 2 and 2. So I apply the activation function. I get the same result as -1, 1, 1 and 1, which is a correct response. So for the two, what you can call it as two wrong entries or missing entries, okay, I may get the correct values. Now I am trying to test the net against two mistaken entries. Mistaken means +2 minus and -2 plus. So here -1, +1, +1, +1 should be there, but instead of +1 and +1 second and third digit, I am putting it as -1 and -1. So this I am putting over there. So now I compute the net input. So this one is the X value and this is the W weight matrix. So all I got a 0. So all I got is 0. So applying the activation function, we get Y equal to 0, 0, 0, 0. Why? Because everything is less than or equal to 0. So I need to take that as it is, which is not correct. So for two mistaken entries, the network does not perform. So the network fails to recognize the inputs with the two mistakes. So we have to check for all possible inputs under each case to have a positive conclusion. I need to check for a positive conclusion. Is it clear now? This problem? So with respect to the problem,
If it is less than
1 second. With respect to the problem, so whenever I train the network, I may get the same output. Whenever I test the network, I get the same output. So whenever I try to test the network with one missing, so one value is 0, I put any position of one value is 0, I may get the same output. Or one mistake value, any position, instead of plus minus, I change, I may get the same. And two missing values also, I may get the same. But if two mistake values, I may not able to get the same as input vector, -1, +1, +1, +1. Continue, please. Somebody has raised.
Sir, if it is less than or equal to 0, we have the condition as -1, right? Sir?
Which
In the
one?
activation function.
Yeah.
But in the last step, we have put if it is equal to we put 0, sir, for if it is equal to 0.
Second. Oh, this function. Okay. Okay. Oh,
It's bipolar.
here. Last.
No, last.
Yeah. So I have assumed as 0 only. So it is 0. If it is assumed as -1, then it may satisfy, I think so. So now the computations are clear for you. Auto association. Auto and hetero computations are clear. Okay, we will see the next example. It is nothing but BAM network, bidirectional associative memory network. So here we have given two letters, two alphabets. One is the alphabet called E. The star represents the E, and this star represents the F. So I have two letters E and F with a single bipolar input-output vector. Single means only one entry, -1 and 1, and here +1 and +1. Okay, single bipolar input and single bipolar input and output vectors. So this is nothing but my target. So for this letter E, I need to get a target as -1 and +1. And for this letter F, I need to get a target as +1 and +1. So the display matrix size is nothing but 5 × 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. So it is nothing but 5 × 3 is nothing but the display matrix. So the input patterns are given over here. So it looks like E and it looks like F. Quickly take down this problem. We will solve it. Again.
Yes, sir.
Taken. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
So the input patterns given over here, you can see this letter E and a letter F. Okay, so I have two input patterns. So one is E and other one is F over here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So for this first 4 positions, 1, 2, 3, 4 positions, I have I have some values in this particular pattern, or I have some stars available. So for that, I am putting it as 1. Okay. And this one, 5 and 6, I don't have. So since I am supplying an bipolar, say that single bipolar input output vector. So bipolar means, so since there is no pattern over here in the 5th position and 6th position, so instead of supplying with the 0, I am supplying with the -1. If it is binary, I may be supplied with the 0. Since it is bipolar, I am supplying with the -1 and -1. Then 7, 8, 9. If you see 7, 8, 9, then 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. So there is a pattern. So I put it as +1. Then 11 and 12, I don't have a pattern. So -1, -1. Then 12, 11 and 12, 13, 14 and 15. Okay. So I have a pattern 13, 14 and 15. Is it clear now? So how the input pattern for E is framed. Then similarly, F 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So for the 7 positions, first 7 positions, I have a star pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I may mark it as 1. And the next one, 8, 9, I don't have. So 8, 9, I am marking it as -1, -1. Then 10 I have. Then I may mark it as 1. Then 11, 12, I don't have. Then 13 I have, 14, 15 I don't have. 13 I have, 14, 15 I don't have. Is it clear now? So how this input pattern table is arrived at? Then output and weights are given here. So output is nothing but my target. Target for E is -1 and +1, and target for F is +1 and +1. So E is -1, +1, F is 1 and 1, and this is considered as weights also. Output and weights are considered as W1 and W2. Till now is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one, we need to go for the computations. So in the case of BAM network, if it is a bipolar input and output, means the weight matrix computed using this particular formula, W equal to S transpose of P into T of P. S transpose of P into T of P. Since I have two weight components, W1 and W2, I have two weight components, W1 and W2. That is nothing but two targets are there, two target values, T1 and T2. Two target values are there. For that, I have two W1 and W2. Okay. So W1 will be this one. Okay. S transpose of P. What is S transpose? S is nothing but this one. This input pattern is nothing but this X values are equated to S, and this X values are equated to S. So for W1, I take the value of E 1, 1, 1, 1, -1, -1, 1, 1, 1, 1 like this. I take this and I'm putting it as over transpose, and this is nothing but for E value. So what is my target? My target is -1 and +1 that I am applying over here, or I am substituting over here. And again for W2, I will take an F pattern, same F pattern, and I am taking as transpose. And what is the target? T of P is nothing but 1, 1. So this one is T of P is nothing but 1, 1. Is it clear now? So how the weight components are calculated. So since it is transpose, so instead of rows, it will become as columns. See, so instead of rows, it becomes as column matrix, and W2 also become a column matrix. Is it clear? So the row matrix is converted into a column matrix for both E pattern and a F pattern, W1 and a W2. Now total weight matrix I need to do. So I need to add W1 and W2. Then I may take as total weight matrix, or the weight matrix W, capital W equal to this value. So once the total weight matrix is calculated, I need to test the network as per the construct and test a BAM network. So I need to test the network. Testing the network is we test the network with the test vectors E and F. So test pattern is nothing but E is nothing but Y in. I need to calculate the Y in for each pattern. So this is nothing but my input value, yes, and this is nothing but my associated weight values. So X value into the associated weight values. So I may get a value as minus 12, 18. So I try to apply the activation function. I get a response as since it is less than 0, it returns a negative value. And if it is greater than 0, it returns a true value over here. So output will be capital Y equal to minus 1, plus 1, which is the correct response. Are you able to follow? Are you able to follow? Kindly respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Test pattern F. So test pattern F, this is nothing but my X value, and this is nothing but associated weight values. So if I multiply, I may get plus 12 and plus 18. So it also is also correct. So why I am getting it as it is greater than 0, and this is also greater than 0. It returns a true value Y equal to 1, 1. So what is my target is? My target is minus 1, 1 and 1, 1. So my target and the output produced by the network both are same. So that's why I say that it is a correct output pattern or correct output as expected by the user. Now backward BAM is nothing but forward movement and backward movement will be there. Forward movement and backward movement will be there. So the weight matrix here is the transpose of the original signal. So since this column matrix, so it will be changed into this transpose of this one. Transpose of this one. Then for the test pattern E, the net input. So now since it is a backward direction, this becomes an input and this becomes an output. From Y to X it is moving. This is from X to Y we achieve. So now from Y to X we need to verify. That's why they call it as backward movement. So Y in equal to X into WT. So X value is minus 1 and 1 and W transpose equal to this matrix. I need to substitute. And then mere substitution may give 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, minus 2. So 2 means greater than 1, 0 means 1, greater than 0, 1, greater than 0, 1, greater than 0, 1. And this is less than 0. So it returns a minus 1 values over here. There also it shows in the backward direction also. It gives a correct response over here. And similarly for pattern F, you can see now this may be considered as input 1, 1 and this may be considered as output 10. So those 15 values. Similarly, the backward movement for F pattern, they are testing Y in equal to X into WT, which is nothing but 1, 1 and the same weight vector you are going to use. So you may get the same answer. So this is also a correct response over here. Clear now? So the same pattern E and pattern F is checked for both the direction. One is considered as forward direction, other is considered as a backward direction. Is it clear now? Any doubt? Any doubt?
No,
So I have left out only one topic in module number 1, which is nothing but ADA line and neuron. It will take another 5 minutes. I'll complete this. Okay. So this ADA line is nothing but in the year 1959, Bernard Vidra and Marcian Cuff of Stanford University developed this model called adaptive linear neuron. Adaptive linear neuron, and the other one is called as MADA line, which is nothing but multi-layer ADA line. MADA line is nothing but multi-layer ADA line. So where these ADA line will be used? These models were named for their use. So multiple adaptive linear elements is nothing but this multi-layer ADA line. So MADA line was the first neural network to be applied to the real world problems. It is nothing but a filter. So you can see in your electronic circuits or in your digital systems lab also, you find that it is a filter symbol. This triangle is a filter symbol. It is considered as adaptive filter, which eliminates the echoes on the phone lines, So how the ADA line architecture looks? Similarly, so multiple nodes x1, x2, xn, and x0 is nothing but your bias value always represented as 1, which is nothing but v value, and w1, w2, wn is nothing but set of associated weight values for the respective input nodes, and all put together is given to a summation function. And in the summation function, so I am trying to calculate the net input for this output layer y. So which is nothing but summation of sigma, which is equal to summation of wi into xi. So, and I try to find out whether I am getting the output. Here I apply a threshold, activation function, and I find that whether it is greater than the threshold or less than the threshold. If it is greater than, it returns some value, true value. If it is less than, it returns the false value over here. So it is nothing but capital Y here. So this, so if it is this Y and T is equal, then I am going to stop my iterations. If it is not equal, so this Yin is fed back as an output error generator. That is nothing but T minus Yin. That is nothing but your error signal. E equal to T minus Yin is nothing but an error signal. And this error signal is fed back to this ADA line model. And then the weight values will be updated as per this learning rule. That is nothing but which learning rule is nothing but ADA line Vidra learning rule. Based on that learning rule, so I might try to update my weight values, and then I try to find whether my T and Y are equal. If T and Y are equal, then I say that I am going to stop my iterations. If not, I am going to repeat the process. So ADA line learning rule is nothing but it is uses a delta learning rule. So delta Wi equal to alpha into T minus Yin of X. So this alpha is nothing but my learning rate, and delta W is nothing but change in the weight values, and T is nothing but target, and Y is nothing but the net input to the output unit, and X is nothing but the set of vector of activation of the input unit function. X is nothing but the value of the input over here. How the ADA line networks are used. So first I need to initialize, assign random values to all the links. Assign random values to all the links over there. Then the second phase is nothing but training phase. Feed in the known inputs in random sequence, and I try to simulate the network. Then I try to check for the errors, compute for the errors. E equal to T minus Yin. So if there is an error function, I need to adjust my weights with the learning function, and then I need to repeat the steps until my total error is less than the epsilon value. And the third phase is nothing but the thinking phase. So I try to simulate the network. The network will respond to any input. This is nothing but training phase, and thinking phase is nothing but your testing phase. So I'm trying to simulate the network. Network will respond to any input. Any input means unknown inputs, and it does not guarantee a solution, correct solution, even for the trained inputs also. Then MADA line is nothing but this is considered as ADA line. Multiple ADA lines may be considered as a MADA line called as multi-layer adaptive linear element. So that was the first neural network applied to the real world problem, and this has several adaptive filtering process. So here also net input I calculate summation of Wi into Xi over here. The back propagation already we covered. So today we will wind up here, and tomorrow by 4 we will meet. Okay. Shall we conclude?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.